Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Kayla with delivering your announcements. Happy birthday to Devontae Hood and Cash Taylor. Today we are having exams for 2nd and 5th hour. Tomorrow's exams will be 3rd hour and 6th hour. And there will be an assembly today beginning around 1:45. Earlier in this semester, we shared with you that there is a fantasy football competition going on among our staff. Here's the update on who is the lead at the point.
As you know, the HMS staff is having a fantasy football league this year. Several teachers are competing in this to win the grand prize of $300. As you remembered from the last video, the teachers competing in this league are Mr. Warford, Mrs. Byer, Mr. Neaporty, Miss Klein, Mrs. Campschmidt, Mr. Augustine, Mr. Lipscomb, Mrs. Shalarman, Mrs. Fry, Mr. Lenz, Mr. Alessandro, and Mr. Staff. The top 3 teachers in the regular season were Mr. Warford, Mrs. Byer, and Mr. Neaporty. In the playoffs, Mr. Lipscomb knocked out Miss Byer with Mr. Lipscomb scoring nearly 200 points. The end of the playoffs will be very interesting.
It's pretty obvious who's going to win the fantasy football this year. It's going to be me.
Who do you think is going to win the fantasy football?
Mr. Warford, because he knows what he's doing.
Who do you think is going to win the fantasy football league?
I really want to win. I hope that it's me, but I think it might be Mr. Warford.
I think Mr. Warford because he has a stacked lineup.
As the playoffs continue, who do you think will take home the victory?
Good luck to all the staff members. Can't wait to see who wins. But are you interested in learning American Sign Language? If so, you may want to consider joining the American Sign Language Club. Ms. Bednar, our new guidance counselor, will be starting an after-school ASL club that will begin once we return from winter break. If you would be interested in participating, please sign up outside of the front office. If you have any other questions, Schoology message Ms. Bednar. Also, 6th grade girls, registration is now open for the Woodville Volleyball League. This volleyball league is for students in 4th to 6th grade. An instructional clinic run by the Highlands Volleyball Program takes place on 2 Saturdays, and then there will be 7 weeks of league games on Saturdays and an end of a season tournament. The season will end by March 17th, 2019. If you are interested, contact information is in Schoology as well as pricing information. We are still 1 day away from the start of Christmas break. Here is what some students plan to do.
January 7th. This is a time to have fun with your family and friends. You gain lots of love and have wonderful memories. What do you do during Christmas break?
So every Christmas Eve, I go over to my grandparents' house, and every Christmas night, I just stay up all night with a baseball bat waiting for Santa.
Okay, so one of my Christmas traditions are on Christmas Eve, I would go over my grandparents' house. We would have dinner, hang out with family and stuff, and at the end of the day, before we would leave, we would open up the presents we would get from our relatives.
Every night before Christmas, we open a present, just one present.
Every Christmas morning, I wake up early and we open presents as a family.
During Christmas break, most of the time I just sleep and play video games.
So on Christmas Eve, we eat dinner at my grandma's house with my dad's brothers and sisters, and then we open presents at nighttime on Christmas Eve.
So during Christmas break, usually we're in Montreal in Canada where my in-laws live, but they're doing a housing swap this year, so we're not able to go there. So we'll just go to my parents' house on Christmas Eve and kind of relax and enjoy being with family.
There are so many amazing things that people do during Christmas break because you spend time with the people you love. You get gifts and presents, which may seem really cool and awesome, but it is also a time for giving. You can get as much joy from giving a gift to someone as much as you do when you get gifts. It doesn't only make you feel good, but the other person as well. Have a Merry Christmas break.
As many of you know, or maybe don't know, but we have a 2-week winter break this year. We will not return to school until Monday, January 7th. While I'm sure many of you guys will be playing video games, you may possibly get tired of those games. If so, grab a friend and go see a movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, about the rock band Queen. Here's some more information about that band, Queen.
Queen is a world-renowned rock band that has a lot of famous songs, such as Somebody to Love, Another One Bites the Dust, and We Will Rock You. One of their songs, Bohemian Rhapsody, has just released a movie about the legacy of Queen and the song. Why were they called Queen? Queen, originally called Smile, singer Freddie Mercury came up with a new name for the band, later saying, "Years ago, I thought up the name Queen. It's just a name, but it's very regal, obviously, and it sounded splendid. It's a strong name, very universal and immediate."
Some of their albums included Hot Space, News of the World, and Queen 2. The band members were Freddie Mercury, he was the lead vocals and piano, Brian May, guitar and vocals, Roger Taylor, drums and vocals, and John Deacon, bass and guitar. Freddie Mercury died of an AIDS-related illness on November 24th, 1991. In 1997, John Deacon retired to spend more time with his family. Earlier this year, 20th Century Fox came out with a new movie,
Bohemian Rhapsody? Bohemian Rhapsody is a foot-stomping celebration of Queen, their music, and their extraordinary lead singer, Freddie Mercury. Freddie defied stereotypes and shattered convention to become one of the most beloved entertainers on the planet. The film traces the amazing rise of the band through their iconic songs and revolutionary sound. They reached unparalleled success, but in an unexpected turn, Freddie, surrounded by darker influences, shuns Queen in pursuit of his solo career. Freddie manages to reunite with his bandmates just in time for Live Aid. While bravely facing a recent AIDS diagnosis, Freddie leads the band in one of the greatest performances in the history of rock music. Queen cements a legacy that continues to inspire outsiders, dreamers, and music lovers to this day.
If you'd like to see this movie, it is playing at Newport on the Levee and in Wilder. Ask Siri for showtimes. For lunch today, we'll be having cheeseburger and potato chips with steamed vegetables. The alternate is mini corn dogs. For lunch tomorrow, our last day before winter break, we will be having stuffed crust cheese or pepperoni pizza and steamed corn. Remember, you can always fix yourself a salad or a fresh fruit to your lunch. And now for today's quote of the day. Today's quote is, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." Good luck on your exams and have a great rest of your day, Bluebirds.